wasn't pretty either. And with a long season ahead, one could have forgiven their team if they had chosen to fight another night. These, however, are the Golden State Warriors. Battle-tested and fearless. They have the DNA of champions. And last night showed, once again, they can play at a level few teams can possibly match. An amazing comeback by an amazing team. And the unbeaten streak continues. A sold-out Oracle on a Friday night with a streak on the line. The Bulls in town, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. The world champs take the floor, looking for their 26th straight home win. The last team to win in the regular season at Oracle, the very same Chicago Bulls. Does the perfect season live on? We'll find out right now. Hello, everybody. Bob Fitzgerald alongside Jim Barnett. And what a win over the Clippers last night. What a closing stretch. They find a way to win every night, but now a back-to-back. How do they turn the page?
Well, this team is so resilient. How many times did they come back last night? Even down by 10 with 3 minutes to go. They're unfazed by that. They can compartmentalize, and they'll do that tonight. They'll be ready to face the Chicago Bulls.
It's a different Warrior that turns the tide in a given game. And against the Clippers on both occasions, Harrison Barnes was the player in the fourth quarter that started the comeback.
Yes, it could be Draymond Green any given night. It could be Andre Iguodala. Last night, again, it was Harrison Barnes. Clutch shots in the waning stretches of the basketball game.
Get near the finish line, and the ultimate closer is ready to bring the team home.
He loves to take the ball and put it in his hands. He loves to take the team on his shoulder, and he does it as well as anybody in the league. He's just amazing how he can control the basketball game. You never know who it's going to be. It's going to help any given night with this Warriors team. But there's one constant. The closer is going to be Stephen Curry. He's unique in his own way, unlike any player in the NBA. So what do they do with Chicago tonight? Well, we'll just see if they can compete and keep that unbeaten streak going.
Well, with the streak, the degree of difficulty is ratcheting up game by game. And the last 3 wins have come down to the wire in their own right. Brooklyn in overtime. Toronto to the final minute. And the closing 22-5 run. It has not been easy.
This team has just a great self-image. They have a lot of confidence. They believe in themselves. They really create their own luck, and good teams do that. They're a championship team, and they're playing exactly like that.
Chicago's the best defensive team in the NBA. The Warriors are the best offensive team in the NBA. The contrast in style will be evident. Pau Gasol on the box can score against anyone. Jimmy Butler is a great two-way player. The Bulls have the 4th best record in the NBA. Chicago, the Warriors, does the streak live on? Kalena and Henry back at Oracle after this.
Henry Wolford along with Kalena Azubuike. We're just a couple of minutes away from tip-off. Give me a key to the game for the Warriors to improve to 14-0 tonight.
Right, well, Warriors want to get off to a quick start tonight, especially with the way they came out last night against the Clippers. I'm sure that's going to be an emphasis for them tonight. And then it's a back-to-back game. So when on a back-to-back game, you almost want to be over-aggressive and then maintain that level the whole game.
We'll see if they can get the job done. By the way, replica trophies are on sale. This one's $300. This one is free. This one is $65. We borrowed this one from Big C back there.
Yeah.
He's a diehard fan, you could tell. We'll see you a little later.
It's time for tip-off. Here's Spitz and JB.
Oh, they come young and old on a Friday night at Oracle to pack the building to watch the best team in the NBA. Mini replica championship trophy night. The streak on the line. The perfect season. And the last team to beat them in the regular season, the opponent. Our Xfinity starting lineups. First for the Warriors off that scintillating win over the Clippers. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, and Andrew Bogut. For Chicago, Kirk Heinrich, Jimmy Butler, Tony Snell, Nikola Mirotic, and Pau Gasol. Fred Hoiberg, the new coach for Chicago, has this as the #1 defensive team in opponent's field goal percentage in the NBA. The Warriors are the best shooting team in the NBA. So the contrast in styles in a Bulls team that beat Phoenix at the beginning of this Western road swing. Chicago's won 4 in a row with the 4th best record in the league.
And no longer starting Joakim Noah, coming off the bench this year. I'm not sure he's happy about that, but he's been very productive.
But you've got Joakim Noah and Taj Gibson coming off the bench. What a deep team.
And terrific rebounders. They start Heinrich on Stephen Curry. Jimmy Butler said he was looking forward to defending him.
Derrick Rose is out tonight.
You can see they get up and play it.
Klay Thompson to the rim. Keep an eye on turnovers. Last night, the Warriors gave the Clippers 28 points off turnovers. It's been a problem in the last couple games. Fade and fire by Jimmy Butler, who's quickly becoming one of the best two-way players in the NBA. Butler's a phenomenal defender, but rolls in with a 20-point-per-game average.
Averaged 20 a game last year. Made the All-Star team.
You know Heinrich is going to grind on Curry all night. Tremendous defender.
Jimmy Butler did not play when the Warriors lost in overtime last January here.
Shot clock at 1. Klay recognized, got it off, but didn't hit iron. And the Bulls will guard you. I mean, when you're holding opponents to under 41% shooting, Fred Hoiberg is known as kind of an offensive guru coming from the college ranks.
Last year, their field goal percentage defense was .435. It goes down almost 3 percentage points. That's huge.
That's after the coaching change from Tom Thibodeau.
Tom was a defensive-minded coach.
Snell missing long, and Draymond will push. The lob to Klay Thompson.
Draymond Green, an assist right out of the gate. He loves to bring the ball down the floor and initiate.
Draymond's averaging 7 assists.
It's remarkable what he's doing.
Heinrich passed up the shot. Can't leave Mirotic. It's a deep 2. Mirotic and then Doug McDermott, phenomenal three-point shooters. Draymond, flat. Heinrich, a little early offense from Chicago. He didn't see that a year ago.
Well, he recognizes Steph Curry was still in the backcourt. He didn't stop at the free throw line. He just created his own shot going down to the side.
Curry for 3. And the streak lives on. Consecutive games with the threes made. Closing in on Dana Barros' 89 for #2 spot.
We just witnessed a very emotional game last night. Physical, emotional. It'll be the same tonight.
Van Mirotic off the line, but he rattles home another jumper. And find these players that have played extensively internationally. Come over and they're already experienced. Steph with a kick out. Harrison Barnes' 3 is long and strong. And Gasol the rebound.
Mirotic, when they had injuries last year, is looking to drive by Tony Snell. He's denied.
Bogut hurt a finger there. He jammed it when he blocked that shot. Klay Thompson, early offense. So the Warriors have opened 3 of 7. Chicago 4 of 6. Bogut still having a problem with that digit.
Yeah, did he hit Tony Snell? Did he hit the rim? What did he hit with that finger?
Mirotic misfires. Curry weaving through traffic. Heinrich rides him. A lot of contact there, but they let him play on. Gasol inside. Very few practitioners of the post scoring like Pau Gasol. Heinrich the steal on his 3. And the Warriors fortunate. End-to-end action the first 4 minutes of the game. Chicago was already here yesterday, rested in the Bay Area. They watched the Warriors-Clipper game. And they saw Harrison Barnes change that game in the 4th quarter.
I like what he did there. Faced up on Tony Snell, gave him a little up fake. Still had the dribble left, so Snell had to You expect that possible move to the rim. Gave a little space.
Gasol looked like his brother there.
So they've got big men that can shoot outside, without question, with Gasol and Mirotic.
Curry looking for a crease.
His ball control in traffic. You think it might be a turnover, but he somehow comes out of it. And then he's got that quick little flip. Tough to block. They never get off the floor defensively.
Don't normally see Mirotic inside. Bogut changed that. And Barnes comes out of the pack. Draymond to the rim. Kick it out to Steph. Reload, three on the way. And rimmed it out.
I might have taken a layup there when you get an easy two. Draymond had it. No problem with a three in a fast break situation when you don't have a layup.
Bogut fouling Gasol as he began the drive.
First foul charge, Andrew Bogut, his personal. First team foul.
Andrew Bogut's moving much better this year. We could see that last night just by losing the weight, going off sugar.
The longest streak is 127. Steph now third. NothingButNets.net. Remember, that's the charity organization that benefits for malaria nets in Africa every time Steph hits a three. Love for you to get involved in that all season long.
It's been doing that for several years now. Great organization. He's gone to Tanzania.
Heinrich has come to play on both ends of the floor. Harrison Barnes is fouled. And Mirotic will pick it up.
I was going to say about Mirotic, last year in March when they had Jimmy Butler, Derrick Rose was out, he averaged in the month of March 20 points a game.
He had played for Real Madrid. He was born in Montenegro, but he played in the ACB League, and the Spanish Professional League is the next best league to the NBA worldwide. A good Chicago free agent acquisition on the international front.
Hey, he's only 24 years of age. He'll be 25 before the season is over. That's young. He's got a lot of skill.
100 international players this year in the NBA out of 450 in the league. Harrison splitting the free throws. ISO clear out. And Heinrich springs free.
Well, you're right. He is looking to score tonight. At age 34, he's got a little left.
Shooting 62% on the season.
There's a steal for him.
We talked about the backcourt defense, and Heinrich and Butler combine on the layup. You don't think Chicago's ready for this game?
And they sat in San Francisco and watched the game last night. It would have unfolded against the Clips.
Steph Curry three. And the Bulls fortunate.
1 of 5 starting from three-point range after that blistering 17 of 30 last night from three.
Saw with the quickness.
Let's see, he can go left or right. And he's got long legs and a long dribble. Get to the rim just on one dribble.
Luke Walton's going to use a timeout. 5:33 remaining in the first. Chicago up for the challenge, playing excellent basketball and putting the Warriors on their heels.
I'm Andre Iguodala, and you're watching CSN, the authentic home of the NBA champs.
Welcome back to Oracle Arena. The Warriors trail the Bulls by 9. By the time Steph Curry catches the ball, he said his shot is mostly muscle memory. He knows immediately whether the shot is good or too short or too long or too far right or left. He said his feet usually sit shoulder width apart and face between 10 and 11 o'clock towards the rim, not square on. He has to remind himself not to get something he calls T-Rex arms, which means not fully extending through his shot all the way. And he said that's usually the way he misses. But Steph said, look, Roz, you can shoot however you want as long as you can repeat it. And consistency comes with practice.
No question. You think of Reggie Miller and the way he shot a ball. You think of Jerry West, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry, his dad Del Curry. There's different shooting mechanics. You got to be able to repeat it. You got to make it muscle memory, and you got to be good. And the lob perfectly thrown to Jimmy Butler, and the Bulls are roaring right now.
That went right over the top of Andrew Bogut. sending a little message.
9-0 Chicago run. It's playing time for Iguodala.
They get after you defensively. They always have.
Iguodala curling that out. Bogut the rebound. Reload for Klay Thompson, 3. They needed that. We thought the Clippers last night were shooting out of their minds. Chicago's 11 of 16. That's 69%. Shot clock at 7. Butler is fouled. And Klay kind of came underneath him. For Jimmy Butler on the line.
The play before. Mirotic looks, a little back screen. Over the top of Bogut, and Jimmy Butler finishes.
Butler out of Marquette, last pick of the first round in 2011, and has gotten better and better and better. Made his initial impact defensively. As Festus Ezeli checks in, and Bogut will sit.
Averaged 2.5 points a game his first year in the league, then 8.5. Then he moved it up to 13 a couple of years back. And as you said, 20.
So the Bulls with a 10-point lead.
That was 3 years at Marquette.
Back iron. And just the body language and energy to the loose balls. It's very obvious which team played and traveled last night and which team is rested. Mirotic missing the 3.
Well, Fred Hoiberg's gone to his bench early tonight. A couple of subs. One of them is E'Twaun Moore. He's getting a lot of playing time this year. Someone that's really may not really be familiar with.
Second on pick out of Purdue. Beautiful lob to Festus Ezeli. And it was Klay, the feeder. Joakim Noah, E'Twaun Moore, with Jimmy Butler, Tony Snell, and Mirotic. Warriors playing the better D that time.
That's what it takes. That fuels their offense. It really does. They've got to ratchet up that D.
The lob again. Festus didn't even jump. He caught it, though. Curry reload 3. Fred Hoiberg will use a timeout. He said, we just played the best 9 minutes we've had, and all of a sudden this team's only down 5. The Warriors will hurt you quickly, whether it's driving and lobbing or railing the 3 from the best shooter in the world. Bulls lead at 5 with 3:12 remaining in the first. Our McDonald's true story on the back end of back-to-backs. Steph Curry's only averaging 41 in those situations. Incredible shooting percentage. And you always say, Jim, back-to-backs, mental.
Yep.
Even more so than physical on occasion, particularly early in the season.
Yeah, you can talk yourself into mental fatigue. I believe the Warriors are 3-0 already this season in back-to-back games.
I know they haven't lost this year.
This will be the 4th back-to-back game.
Sean Livingston, who did not play last night. And good to see him in the lineup. Jimmy Butler, he's got 6 already. Doug McDermott, an outstanding shooter in his second year, checking in for Chicago. Remember him, great, playing for his dad.
Glad to see Livingston back.
Livingston with the mid-range. Did that over Joakim Noah. 2 years ago was Defensive Player of the Year in the NBA.
He gets up quickly, and he has a nice little fadeaway. Confidence, backdoor.
Noah really knows how to play. That was a beautiful feed inside, and then the foul. You know, Joakim Noah, Jim, is doing the Andre Iguodala. You've already been a good player. You come off the bench now, and you can help your team in so many ways.
Certainly so. This team is, their assist totals are up this year. Backdoor, Steph Curry did the right thing. Somehow he lost his balance initially. He saw the ball. You've got to see the ball and open up. He just was unable to slide toward the hoop.
Season ticket priority list gives you the best access to season tickets when they become available. 888-GSW-HOOP. Also exclusive pre-sale opportunities for individual tickets to regular season matchups. 2 missed free throws, but the Warriors don't grab the rebound.
Long rebound, and Noah just ate it up.
save the day again. E'Twaun Moore jumper. The Warriors had to come up with 3 stops that trip. Draymond backing down McDermott, put it right in his face. He's getting better on that mid post up.
Well, he knows he's integrated into this offense, so he does not stand around and watch anymore. He can also size up a defense and take advantage of a weakness, as he did right there.
Festus has to know Taj Gibson's going for every offensive rebound. McDermott from deep.
Boy, you got to stay home with him. 54% from 3.
Curry behind the back. Draymond on the reload back to Steph. Shot clock at 9, and Butler knocking that away. Curry takes it away from Joakim Noah. Lob to Iguodala. Jim, it's the first quarter. Are you kidding me?
That feels like the 4th.
It sure does.
What a play by Curry, though. He loses the ball and takes it right out of the hands. Rips it from Noah. No jump ball here. He just wrestled it away, and a pinpoint lob.
Unbelievable.
You can see why Luke Walton likes Iguodala on the floor.
An 11-2 Warrior run. Butler trying to settle Chicago. His floater is good.
He's had a terrific first quarter.
Jimmy Butler with 10, 4 of 4 from the field. Bulls built an 11-point lead. Warriors have stormed back. Festus, little baby hook, got his own rebound. Steph is saving turnovers everywhere. His 3, and Festus another opportunity.
That would have brought the house down, and I wouldn't blame him. What a play by Curry with those quick hands. He saved another turnover.
11-second game shot clock difference winding down. An exhilarating first quarter. Iguodala at 5. Tough turn, fade, fire.
Butler was right in his face. Just better offense.
You want to talk high-level NBA basketball.
This is high-level defense you're seeing from Chicago.
Down to 2. E'Twaun Moore recognized as Ely, not giving Brown, and played the D at the end. Chicago shoots it at 62%, and yet their lead is only 1.
They were up by 11, just like last night. The Warriors were down by 10 with 3 minutes to go, and 1 going away. They can come back in a hurry.
Wow. An amazing first 12 minutes. The Bulls trying to end the Warriors streak. They lead by 1 at the end of 1.
This is Harrison Barnes, and you're watching CSN, the authentic home of the champs.
Authentic Fan Friday with the Bulls leading by 1. Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Roz Gold on Wood-A with you as we begin the second. Jim, the Bulls' effort would have had them leading by 20 points against about 20 teams in the league.
I totally agree with that. The intensity with which they came out defensively, it finally got the Warriors' attention. So the Warriors all of a sudden ratcheted it up. They had to bring their A game to compete, and compete they did.
So Doug McDermott, Pau Gasol, Taj Gibson, E'Twaun Moore, and Tony Snell for Chicago.
You know, sometimes you think you're playing at your optimum level, but your opponent makes you play a little tougher.
You talk about tough, that's Taj Gibson, but he couldn't finish there. Good to see Leandro Barbosa, who have been suffering from a virus. Both he and Livingston have been out, now getting to play, along with Harrison, Iguodala, and Festus Ezeli. Harrison Barnes getting confident in that mid-range.
Well, he just has that nice pull-up jumper now. He's really developed that this year. And he can get it over anybody.
Bosa went for the steal. Gasol with the shot clock at 7. He's terminated the dribble. He's got to just hoist one. Good defense by Ezeli. Barbosa probing. Leandro couldn't get an angle on that flip shot.
The help defense.
Gibson fouled on the pass.
End up getting a foul there, but the Warriors had such great help defense on Blake Griffin last night, Jordan, whomever it was when it went near the rim. And usually it's this man, Iguodala, who comes to help, and he can still recover on his man.
I'm impressed with Chicago's depth. Heinrich comes back in, but we bring in Joakim Noah, we bring in Taj Gibson off the bench. Snell missing there. That's what Gibson does, offensive rebounds. And a backcourt violation.
Yeah, the ball hit the line.
Fred Hoiberg, now, the nickname the Mayor, he didn't actually ever run for anything at Iowa State, but he was so popular in college, he got write-in votes for the city's mayoral election when he was a collegiate student.
I believe that. At Iowa State, 10 years as an NBA player, 4 with the Bulls. He's been 5 years in basketball operations with Minnesota. I kind of forgot that. And then he went 5 years as a head coach at Iowa State, and they went to the NCAA playoffs 4 consecutive years.
He reminds me a bit of Steve Kerr in that the front office experience, in addition to the NBA playing experience, he coached collegiately. Steve did not. Steve became a broadcaster, and you know those guys are the smartest.
And he also led the NBA in three-point percentages we saw.
That's why I think there's some similarities.
Tony Snell, long kid from Riverside, MLK High School, 3rd year.
Snell couldn't get around to Zealy. Harrison Barnes will push. This Barnes-Taj Gibson matchup, man, that's something else.
He knows he has to block him off.
Warriors keeping the ball hopping around, but Chicago very relentless defensively. Barbosa, it's a super tough shot. And sneaking in as Zealy saved the day. Barnes went to cram it down. Gasol sent him away.
Oh, I like this action.
Fresh 24. Barbosa missing the 3. Total ISO on the mid-post. Turn and miss it. And Zealy did well to push him out of the lane.
He's doing a nice job. Inside and out.
4-minute scoreless streak, and Livingston to the rim.
Oh, I'd love to see someone get to the rim a little more. Don't settle for those jump shots. Open up the space inside that way. That time, they just vacated it took Festus Ezeli out of the lane so he could drive.
Knocked away.
Officials timeout.
8:29 remaining in the first half. Warriors pitching a shutout in the second quarter. And the depth paying dividends. Welcome back. S-Dot. Sean Livingston with a layup.
Welcome back to Oracle Arena. Warriors up 3 on the Bulls. Where do free tickets to Warriors games and free giveaways happen? At Authentic Fan Fridays. Every Friday home game, Comcast Sportsnet is giving away 50 pairs of free tickets and free giveaways. We're modeling this week's giveaways, which are the sunglasses. Next game, next Authentic Fan Friday will be these cool snapback hats. And I'm here with 2 authentic fans. All right, what's your name?
Amanda.
Amanda and?
Colby.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you about this undefeated run the Warriors have had to 13-0. What's been your favorite part so far?
Definitely the last night's comeback against the Clippers. 23-point deficit, came back, Dub Nation, baby.
Nice follow-through of Steph. If we ever need you, we'll sub you in. Now, I know you guys are a couple. How do you enjoy watching the games together as boyfriend and girlfriend?
Oh, man, he is the biggest fan on the planet. I go deaf in an ear because he screams so much.
Well, you guys are adorable. Dub Nation, love, romance. Back to Bob and Jim on that note. That was awkward.
Back to us on Love and Romance.
Barbosa hitting the three. Well, you know I love you. I've loved you for years. I'm a partner. How about the Warriors still pitching a shutout here 4 minutes into the second? And Gasol finally breaking the string. First bucket for Chicago.
Quizzical call a moment ago while Roz was talking on the traveling violation on Pau Gasol. Thought he had a pivot foot.
Barbosa just wouldn't stay down. And Gasol the rebound. Mirotic back in. Heinrich, McDermott, and Snell. Ian Clark went to close out of McDermott. Skidding away. Mirotic is skilled, Jim.
So is Pau Gasol. What a pass inside, off the dribble, on the move.
From a Spaniard to a guy who played in Spain.
Very good. Real Madrid.
Shot clock at 5. Posting up Harrison at 3. He saw it, recognized it, and calmly put in the jumper.
That's going to be his bread and butter move. Taking somebody off the dribble, stop and pop, fade away, clear the space, hit the net.
Knocked away from Heinrich. And out of bounds to Chicago. On the back end of a back-to-back, the key for the reserves is to play good basketball.
Sure.
And give the starters as much rest as possible.
Absolutely.
And they've answered the bell. I mean, getting Livingston back, getting Barbosa back. Ian Clark is in the rotation, and you don't have to run Steph Curry into the ground. The reserves came in down 1 to begin the second, and they've given some of the starters back the lead as Bogut re-enters, as does Clay.
Curry played a very tough 37 minutes last night.
Gasol and Bogut was right there. So Ian Clark and Iguodala, Harrison Barnes, Clay, and Andrew Bogut. Shot clock at 5. Bogut set the screen, set up Iguodala, and he hits the jumper. Fans are getting a little nervous, but Bogut and Iguodala weren't.
They were under control, and you get a wide open shot from about 14 feet. Patience and movement.
That's the shot Gasol usually never misses. The Warriors fortunate there.
Bogut got that ball up high and they just knocked it away.
Stop Jimmy Butler. Nice pass by Gasol.
Well, Mirotic just used his bulk, his height, his size to block out. Has a chance for a three-point play when we return.
Warrior lead at 4 with 5:49 remaining in the first half. Our Taco Bell spotlight. Andre Iguodala against Toronto. Finishing where I love these Warrior fast breaks where one dribble, no dribble. Clay was the feeder this time. Sometimes it's Andre throwing the lob. The great outlet. There's eye candy, but it's also good basketball. Part of our Taco Bell spotlight.
Always look ahead. And if he's open, you throw it ahead. Put the pressure on the defense. Put the pressure on them before they have time to put pressure on you.
Leading the NBA with 80 dunks. How'd you like that to be your job? I want you to count all the dunks in the NBA per team.
Would have been a lot easier about 40 years ago.
So Mirotic, who already has 8, and we've seen a couple jumpers, and we see that he and Gasol have some good chemistry together. Three-point play. So Steph Curry got to sit, Jim, till the 5:45 mark, which is really good.
Yep. And the Warriors got the lead. They've maintained it.
Draymond also got a significant rest. Klay Thompson for the baseline. Warriors are getting looks now that they didn't get in that first quarter.
They've got to do it at the defensive end, the starting group. They didn't come out with the defensive intensity that it needed to hold down the Bulls. And Gasol right from the top. He loves that spot, as you said.
What's happening in the second quarter, though, is the game is being played at Chicago's tempo. There is no up and down and no pace where the Warriors really excel. Draymond threw that lob behind him when Bogut was fouled as he went to catch it. I think Hoiberg's timeout was, guys, we're trying to run with this team. That could be a real problem. So let's play defense and execute in the half court.
You can see how Hinrich is playing Stephen Curry. He's overplaying him a little bit, but then you see Jimmy Butler, who's defending on Draymond Green, ironically. He cheats a little bit and helps. There he switched.
Clock at 7. Bogut looking for a cutter. Now he'll call his own number with the lefty hook. Harrison Barnes
might have been knocked down by Bogut.
Yeah, he's coming as he gets up. Gasol running the floor, and Chicago retakes the lead.
Well, after coming over from the Lakers, Gasol was a new man in Chicago. He brought back the all-star status. And you can see he is skilled.
Hinrich is inside Curry's jersey. He'll get fouled, and Steph set him up.
He would have loved to have gotten that up just a little quicker before the foul. You circle around, your man trails you, you get underneath to Andrew, did everything he could, now he's going to have to earn it from the line.
Bogut misfiring on the free throw.
But as you said, the second unit got them the lead.
It really is good work by Livingston. Barbosa, Harrison was in there with that group.
And Ezeli.
And Festus was excellent.
He was all over the boards and all over his opponent. I noticed that Festus can come out 20 feet from the hoop now and still recover. A little more comfortable doing that.
You know, it's a little thing, but we've seen Bogut now when he misses the first gym, make the second one. And that's a good sign.
I think so, psychologically.
Even at 40. It was 29-28 at the end of one, so much more lower scoring second quarter. Mirotic.
Well, you can see,
wow,
he is a shooter.
He's got 11, and Gasol's got 12.
Not just a catch and shoot jump shooter.
Klay Thompson. Bogut tipping it in. Bulls shooting it at 56%. Warriors at 47%. Super high-level basketball. No call on the Butler drive. Bogut the block, and then the foul. It's a heck of a sequence all the way around.
Well, Luke Walton's going to look at the same thing we're seeing. They get it back into Noah. Bogut was out of position. He tried to recover. He did so the first time, successful, but then tough to play catch-up.
You think of Mirotic as a European signee. You know, part of some of the great Bulls runs was finding Tony Kukoc.
Yes, I remember.
You know, those Jordan and Pippen guys, they helped. I know that as well, but Kukoc fit right in.
About 6'10", that lefty. Can shoot threes.
This Bulls team gave Cleveland all they wanted. Steph, the one-hand pass. Draymond apparently didn't get enough contact to get to the line.
He initiated all the contact. I think he's disappointed he didn't make the basket.
I think you said that perfectly. The defender has a right to stand into the space. Shot clock at 6. Hinrich. Lever. Couldn't finish. Here come the Warriors. Klay spaces out. They jump at Curry. And Butler will track down the rebound. You think Chicago knows where the Splash Brothers are around the arc? Their guys in black jerseys flying everywhere.
They tried to get a break going there. Draymond Green read it immediately off the rebound. They just couldn't get an opening.
Got a kickball, and that'll be Warrior basketball. 2:16 remaining. This was the last team to beat the Warriors in the regular season. Pulls up a deuce.
I'm Draymond Green, and you're watching CSN, the authentic home of the champs.
Our Geico Advanced Analytics. The Warriors franchise best back-to-back 15-4 a year ago. Back-to-back tonight. Jim always says it's mental toughness. The Warriors are going to play a league-leading number of back-to-backs this year. You've got to be good when the schedule's compressed.
Yeah, you certainly do. But the way the Warriors are playing tonight, it appears to me that they're kind of content to keep the game even right now.
Yep.
They're not worried about putting the hammer down. That can be a little dangerous game that you play if you get it down and it's an even game at the end and who makes the last shot. So we'll see how that plays out.
And why are you good on back-to-backs? Because you're deep, you're versatile, and then you're trying to rest some of your high-energy, high-minute guys. And I think the second unit did a good job of that this quarter.
I thought they were terrific. And we may see yet again that small lineup that was so successful in the fourth quarter last night. They picked their spots, but when you've got Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes, and Andre Iguodala, they really, really clicked together.
And Luke Walton waited for the perfect time to strike with the final 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, last night.
That was the key. They were actually down 10.
Yes.
And finished with that 25-8 run to win it. And
39.
That was the second unit was the key.
39 fourth quarter points.
But they're in for a dogfight tonight. The Bulls have been outstanding. Jimmy Butler with the three, rimming that out.
Warriors are just trying to manage the game. This is overthrown.
And we check in with Roz.
Guys, the Warriors have gone with the small unit, and in that timeout, Luke Walton actually told the team, stay down. Don't let them see that we've gone small until we have to get up and get out on the court.
Pretty good timing.
No, it is right on cue. And the little games are chipped. Luke said, hey, don't go out of the court and give him an idea. Stay here for a second. Butler ticking the rim. Iguodala in the middle of the break.
You just see a little spark and maybe a little more confidence with this group, these five.
Andre three. What a year he is having from distance.
Incredible.
46% coming into the game. Best he's ever shot it. Noah and Draymond all over it with the shot clock at 7. Twan Moore's going to get a running start. Draymond recovered and another stop. Curry weaving through traffic.
You see how one man is waiting for him, though, to help?
Mirotic knocking that away. We've seen teams concentrate on Steph. No team has focused on him like tonight. There are multiple bodies wherever he goes at all times.
Well, somebody's waiting right around the top of the circle when he comes across half court and is being badgered by the primary defender. Someone's got to move. No movement there.
Shot clock down to 5. Oh, that's a tough pass. And the foul's going to help out the Warriors. That'll reset the shot clock to 14. It was already down to 4. Chicago, the 1-point lead at the end of 1. They built an 11-point lead. Warriors came back with an 11-2 run.
With the double team, you're going to play 4 on 3.
And Iguodala can space out. Harrison can space out. You deny Curry, so Draymond becomes the decision maker, executed perfectly.
And you've got to make them pay the price. If they're going to double team up high on Stephen Curry, you get rid of the ball, you play 4 on 3, you get a layup, a dunk, or a 3.
So, Jim, take me through this. This is
Here's the double. Noah and Heinrich. You take it right to the teeth of the defense. You bring defenders to you, and then you dish it out.
And if they don't deny Draymond, he's gotten pretty proficient at that little push shot and finishing himself.
He's going to finish scoring himself. If he's challenged, he finds the open man.
And on that play, it's what you say in terms of reading the defense. Draymond's going to be put in the decision-making. Am I kicking for a 3? Am I scoring myself? But every team is saying, get it out of Curry's hands, make someone else beat us.
And Draymond Green is now making very good decisions. He relishes the moments there. He does not shy away from it.
I was going back into NBA history, and you look at someone averaging over 12, 8 rebounds and 7 assists, you start getting names like Larry Bird. I mean, that's that kind of stat line for a season. Butler, that's the quick 2-for-1 look.
Oh, he came in and there was nothing there in front of him. There was no resistance whatsoever, and he just stepped into a springy three.
Good job by Hoiberg with the 2-for-1. That Butler three was the free one. Steph down the lane.
Well, he did a great job with his body to take Noah under the rim so he could not get back to block. Took him right out of the play.
So Chicago will play for the final shot here to end the half. Heinrich. Draymond switching out on the 3. Heinrich partially blocked. And they come up with a stop to end it. So a 3-point lead at the break. Trying to keep the home winning streak, the overall winning streak, the beginning of the season winning streak, all alive. And so far, so good. Curry with 10, Harrison with 10, and Harrison Barnes is alongside Roz.
Harrison, you guys had a huge comeback against the Clippers, and then tonight starts slow. Was there a bit of an emotional letdown?
I wouldn't say emotional letdown. I give these guys credit. They played hard. We got out early, we fought back, but we had to cut down our turnovers.
How?
Just by making smart passes. Kind of getting loose with the ball, giving them extra possessions. When you spot a team, as we saw last night, 10, 15 points, it's hard to get back in these games.
All right, thanks, HB.
Appreciate it.
Guys?
6 turnovers at the half. Last night it was 19, so they've made the concerted effort, and they have the 3-point lead at the break. Bulls and Warriors putting on a show on a Friday night at Oracle. I'm Ed Fareed in the Comcast studio right after this as we begin our Jack at the Half. Warrior basketball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Max Muscle Sports Nutrition. Come in for a free nutrition evaluation today. Evaluating things at halftime with the Warrior lead at 3. Chicago came storming out of the gates, built an 11-point lead. Their starters were amazing. It was the second unit, offense and defense, got the Warriors back in the game.
I thought the second unit was instrumental because the Warriors starters had already given up 21 points in the first 6 minutes of the first quarter. They've only got 47 at the half, so the starters were good when they came back in, but it was the second team that got them going. The starters had to match the defensive intensity that the Bulls laid on them, and they finally did. They got a wake-up call.
Well, you look at the numbers, the Warrior bench advantage is 18-0. 18-0 in a 3-point game. Chicago's playing good defense. They're trying to bottle up Steph Curry. It's been a really high-level basketball game.
It really has, and the defense, you can't underestimate the way Chicago comes out after you. But right now, the starters and the bench, they're managing the game. They're keeping it close. They want to give themselves a chance to win. You can tell they're a little tired. This is a back-to-back, and it has affected them.
Well, these are 2 of the top 4 teams in the NBA record-wise. Warrior lead at 3 with the third quarter on the way. Moments ago, our Roz Gold on Woodey caught up with Warrior assistant Jaron Collins.
Coach Collins, a couple of slow starts in a row here. After starting the season 13-0, are you a little mentally fatigued?
I think that it's a combination of mental and physical. Again, we're seeing everybody's best shot. The Chicago team was rested. They were well prepared. And, we responded at least quicker in this game than we did last night.
Well, I know turnovers, that bug has been hitting you guys lately. Are you seeing different cases in each game, or are you seeing a lot of the same kinds?
Well, they're doing a good job keying in on Steph in particular with the high hands and getting those deflections which lead to turnovers. But I think we did a better job tonight opposed to last night, and it's something that we really do have to focus in on, just taking care of the ball and getting it up there.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
You talk about mental or physical fatigue. This is 14 games in 25 days to begin the season. It's a very busy part of the schedule. And the games are coming fast and furious. 3 straight playoff teams in 4 nights, and traveling in between that as Mirotic misfires.
Well, all of this challenges you physically and mentally and emotionally. That's why it's important. That's a tough one. That's why it's important to have chemistry on your team. And this team, the Golden State Warriors, have great chemistry.
So Draymond Green, Andrew Bogut, Harrison Barnes, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson.
You have to lean on each other.
Kirk Hinrich, Jimmy Butler, Nikola Mirotic, Tony Snell, and Pau Gasol for Chicago. Feeding Mirotic inside. They're posting up the smaller Warrior guards, and Mirotic and Gasol have been brilliant working together.
Gasol already has 4 assists. They just read the defense and acted accordingly and reacted.
Good thought about that. Harrison will step back.
It appeared he had a shot initially, didn't choose to take it. Probably would have been easier than that one.
Gasol always working with Mirotic. High soaring Tony Snell on the offensive glass for his first field goal. A wizard off the glass, different English, higher releases.
He knows how to get the angle to get it into the basket. It's a knack that he has. Most people don't have it.
Hinrich couldn't miss the easiest shot of the night. Harrison Barnes.
That's it. When you're open, they give you the ball, you take your shot.
49% on the year for Harrison. 5 of 9 tonight, and that mid-range becoming automatic.
Yeah, when that ball goes to him, even if it's early offense, wouldn't mind seeing him shoot.
Bogut will get the body bump in the bucket. They've allowed a nice threshold of contact throughout the game, and that very easily could have just been a no call. It ends up being the third.
Well, let's watch as Butler comes down. First of all, wasn't a lot of contact, and he was stationary. He got there just a split second before Butler was airborne. Butler wasn't worried about it. He had to hit a whistle. Now he's probably going to get a tee.
And you got a lane violation on Steph Curry, and that'll allow Butler to shoot another free throw. The case. Get another opportunity and knock it down. Steph down the lane.
The defender doesn't know where he's going to go and finally end up. They don't know when he's going to release. They don't know how he's going to release or which hand. Because he just improvises. That's good defense.
Knocked it away from Hinrich. Gasol on the jumper. Rebound loose. And Harrison Barnes has it. Curry in motion.
They know they need to run.
His three, rimming out.
If there's any effect on Curry's shot, it'd probably be in transition with a little tired legs.
Snell missing there. Klay came back. That's what Klay Thompson's done a better job this year. That was a key help on the defensive rebound. Butler saved it to Bogut. They swarm Curry. 3 Bulls and then diving. Out of bounds to the Warriors.
Fortunate there. Stephen Curry had no idea who was behind him. It was Klay Thompson, and he ran along the same line, brought his man into the play. It just got all smashed up. So that's why Mirotic came into play there.
I think he's the center of attention. You know, the scariest number for Steph coming into the game, he leads the league in scoring by over 99 points over James Harden coming into the game. Only 13 games into the season. Curry is fouled. He has yet to shoot a free throw in the game, despite dogged pursuit by Hinrich and others.
How many point guards would want to catch the ball at the box in the middle of the lane with 2 defenders, and they threw it right to him?
It's new chapter in Steph's game, Jim. He wants to be a on-the-block, post-up scorer. Put me in with the big guys.
It appeared so then.
Steph, he is hurt. He is hurt. He winced immediately as he got sandwiched, and that's not good. He went down right away.
Maybe a knee into the side of him. The Charlie horse. Let's watch the movement there.
It's also the awkward fall. Angle there. He's up, but he's got a hitch in his get along. He's holding that left hip.
Yeah.
Livingston was out a couple games with a hip flexor. And Steph, that hurt. Harrison Barnes 3. Game hanging there right now.
Warriors need some second chance points.
8 lead changes, 5 ties. Butler flat. Harrison Barnes sending Steph on his way. Draymond gonna bulldog Tony Snell. Take him inside, and Snell fouled him. He recognized it was an ISO. He said, I'm bigger and stronger, and I'm going to get to the line.
But he comes right into the teeth of the defense of Tony Snell. Snell gets the ball here, but the way Draymond played that is impossible to avoid any kind of contact. He just helped initiate it, worked himself to the line.
On Tuesday, one of my favorites. It's the Draymond Green bobblehead, but it's Draymond bobblehead with the championship trophy. When you see this, you're going to love this bobblehead. Part of the special Hardwood Classic night. Be here, courtesy of Warriors.com. It's Draymond with the trophy. And he said, when you look back at my bobblehead, you always remember I was a winner.
Well, he displayed that at Michigan State right before a football game this year. In fact, I think it was that game against Oregon.
The free throw split. Heritage, deep 3. Jimmy Butler the rebound. Butler on the corner 3.
Well, kind of slow pursuit there. Even had time to put the ball on the floor and get comfortable.
Butler's 19, leading all scorers. Tied again.
Warriors just have to avoid, Bob, the way this game is going, a cold spell.
Yep.
They've got to continue to score.
Klay Thompson. Klay with 9, Curry 14, Barnes 12. Butler's got 19, Gasol 12, and Mirotic 15. And Bogut just picked up number 4. They're going to let him ride right now with 7:14 remaining in the third. Butler, the confidence offensively from last year and this year. He's just elevated his game to a brand new level. Thinking of elevating your game, but a rare ball handling error by Steph.
Just got away from him.
Heinrich used the screen nicely. Curry recovered. Clock at 10. Butler down the lane. And Gasol pushed off on the rebound. So 14 fouls on Chicago. Warriors keep going inside, Jim. They could live at the line a little bit. A lot of time left in this quarter.
That'll give them time to relax a little bit, catch their breath. I think the real fatigue is affecting Steph Curry's ball handling.
Now, this is the most tired I've seen the squad all year. The 3 and 4 nights, the level of difficulty, and scoring inside Draymond Green.
You love that little drop step, quick move. You get your body with a little edge. Jimmy Butler could not recover.
We highlighted how much energy it took to beat Brooklyn, beat Toronto, beat the Clippers. The Chicago team that's won 4 in a row, that's rested and ready. The Bulls have given them all they want tonight. Gasol, bothered by Draymond, got his own rebound, and he's fouled.
Draymond, perfect defense on the initial shot. The Warriors just could not gather in the rebound. I mean, he took away what Gasol wanted to do. Draymond did.
You watch all the Warriors, hands on hips, breathing hard a little bit.
Comes to the middle, starts to come back. Draymond's right there. He has to double clutch. But the Warriors cannot get a big man inside to get the rebound.
Al Gasol, so good in Memphis. And then with the Lakers, coming here to the Bulls and making them a championship contender.
I remember when he was the #3 overall pick.
The trade?
Yes.
From Atlanta.
Yes.
To Memphis for Sharif Abdur-Rahim.
That was it.
Those are the fun ones in NBA history. Pau Gasol was drafted by Atlanta. Dominique Wilkins drafted by Utah.
Yes.
You know, you start to think of the teams and what they could have had and the maneuvers, and now Curry will finally get to the foul line. 5:55 remaining in the third. It was January 27th. Chicago came into Oracle. Last team to win here in the regular season and trying to do it again.
I'm Mitch Reed here with a Sportsnet Central update. The 49ers and Seahawks on Sunday. Seattle could be without beast mode. Marshawn Lynch listed as questionable this week against the 49ers. He's dealing with an abdominal strain. Lynch was a game-time decision last week. Did end up playing, though, against the Cardinals. Fitz and JB, back to you.
All right, Ahmed. When you look at the Niners going up to Seattle, the last 3 Niner games against the Seahawks have been brutal. For Chicago, when they go on the road, when you're in the same realm as the Spurs and in fact have the best road record, it just says something about your franchise and also the mindset when you travel. The Chicago team, they can do it at home and away from home.
They've always been one of the tough teams, mentally tough, physically tough. Tom Thibodeau, 5 years there. Started with them in 10-11. They won 62 games. Took them to the playoffs all 5 years. But they decided to make a change.
I think Gasol was a great pickup. Obviously, Mirotic. I think Doug McDermott's going to pan out nicely as a draft pick. The key is Derrick Rose's health.
Yep. Well, you can't count on that. We could talk all we want about that, but there's another player they drafted this year, Bobby Portis, and he is a natural scorer.
Harrison knocked it away. Look at Butler. What a great play to find E'Twaun Moore. Jimmy Butler saved the day.
And they couldn't get to the player because I believe it was Noah who blocked out underneath and gave a little screen. All legal.
First bench bucket for anyone in a black uniform. Draymond trying to get contact there. Now we got a whistle. And this is before the basket. So Noah's going to pick up a foul. It cost the Warriors a follow layup.
Mirotic saved a basket. This is great defense against Draymond. Held his own there. And you can see Noah is just grabbing, holding Festus Ezeli inside. And it was called before the hoop.
Festus making the free throw. And obviously, Jim, when you see Nicholas Batum and Tony Parker and Joakim Noah,
yes,
everything that happened in France, there's 10 French nationals that play in the NBA. And they're playing with...
We're all very sensitive about that.
Very, very heavy heart.
Joakim Noah's father was in Paris.
Yeah, Yannick Noah. Free throw split, and that'll be Chicago ball out of bounds. Remember him in Florida? As I said 2 years ago, Defensive Player of the Year. Kind of pulling the Iguodala move, is coming off the bench willingly for this good Chicago team. Butler down the lane. Mirotic, what a rebound.
He's a player. He's more than just a shooter.
E'Twaun Moore driving. Festus gapped him. There's a foul on Steph Curry.
The Bulls are attacking the basket. They're looking to get inside. They're not settling just for jump shots.
What's impressive about Chicago right now is Moore got inside and Steph got a little too much contact. The Bulls are shooting only 42%. The Warriors are at 50%. The difference, 62 shots to 52 shots. Iguodala will check in. Fred Hoiberg has his team playing outstanding defense, relentless effort on the glass.
Well, the reason you get more shots, a few more offensive rebounds, but more turnovers from the Warriors.
Deflected out of bounds. Doug McDermott will come in for Tony Snell. E'Twaun Moore, Doug McDermott, but Jimmy Butler, Noah, and Mirotic. It's a very deep Chicago team. Klay Thompson, three.
When he focuses, he doesn't even see that defender coming. Even on a shooting hand side, Mirotic recovered nicely there, but Klay's focus and concentration impeccable.
Klay had, oh, by the way, 25 last night. He was superb.
Well, he carried him in the first half. He kept them in the game.
Tied his career best with 10 made free throws. Butler again. What a player Jimmy Butler has become.
What a hard-nosed player.
23, 6, and 6 for Jimmy Butler. Mirotic knocking it away. More in transition. McDermott runs right to the line. When you see someone shooting better than 50% on threes, you know what it's like with Steph. And they double Curry, another turnover.
That's a fatigue turnover.
And Klay with the foul is going to make him earn it at the line.
This was a tired turnover by Steph Curry. There's no question in my mind on this. He just did not elevate, didn't get a snap on it. No hard foul there, no problem. No one's upset.
I'll ask you a tough thing to guess, but it's just, to me, becoming more and more obvious. Is there any Warrior that looks lively to you tonight?
Well, I thought Barbosa, he wasn't effective, but he looked lively.
Okay.
He's been missing the last few games.
Because
so no wonder.
All these 50-50 balls.
Festus Ezeli is lively.
They're trying to find someone with some energy. Klay, finger roll, rimming it out. And there's Ezeli inside.
How about that? Didn't try to finish with a dunk. He knew what he had to do to get it up. That is growth on his part. If he can start doing that with some regularity.
Steph knocked it away. Klay in transition. Curry for three. Rimming it out. Oracle is trying to exhort the Warriors. They are dog-tired, and McDermott missing the three. This game testing the Warrior will. And Iguodala is hog-tied.
They've got to keep the inspiration going. This is a nice little finger roll, just rolled and curled off. But Festus right there. Good hands. And congratulations on that one. We just don't see that very often. Him finishing right away. Beautifully done.
Draymond Green giving an idea how tired the Warriors are. He has not moved from that spot since the foul.
It's not only the back-to-back, but it's the Chicago Bulls and their intensity at the defensive end, making you work just to make a pass.
And Draymond's going to get a rest here. James Michael McAdoo checking in. I mean, you've got Draymond Green, Steph, Klay. They are laboring right now. This is going to test everything this team has.
Yes, it will.
Shot clock at 9. Shot clock at 5. Butler's been the escape valve. Klay played perfect D. It's an air ball. Curry on the push. And Butler saved a layup. Great play both ways. Appropriate. We are still tied. Which team has enough left?
Welcome back to Oracle Arena. The Warriors and the Bulls are all tied up. The Golden State Warriors made a way to send holiday joy and support to the military troops abroad. In tonight's Ford Right Choice, we take a look at November 16th when the Warriors players and their families, as well as front office staff, join members of the U.S. military to assemble care packages and write holiday cards to send to members of all 5 military branches stationed abroad. Andre Iguodala, Sean Livingston, Brandon Rush, Mo Spates, Kevon Looney, the rookie, and assistant coach Ron Adams. They were all there, volunteered to add their own personal touch to each care package.
They're also getting strength in number T-shirts in there too, which is good. It's a great effort by the Warrior team for the men of service. As Klay Thompson on the inbound.
Another quick out of bounds play. Doesn't get a layup, doesn't yield that, but a nice little jump shot.
So Klay's got 7 here in the third, 14 in the game. Coming alive at just the right time.
Let's see what McAdoo can do with Taj Gibson. Got to keep him off the boards. McAdoo's played in 10 of the previous 13 games, but a few minutes.
E'Twaun Moore with a 3. Chicago's only 5 of 15 from distance, but they're hitting him at key times.
There's a foul on purpose on McAdoo.
Playing a little hack-a-mack.
They know the vulnerability.
James Michael McAdoo collegiately shot the free throw okay, but for this year, Jim, 5 of 15. He's been working with Ron Adams after practice, and that time that looked very smooth. Warriors championship team apparel. The item of the game, 3 different sizes of the mini replica championship trophies. WarriorTeamStore.com for the largest inventory of everything Warriors. And McAdoo buries them both.
That team store has a lot of stuff. I went online today for the team store. I had to pick up something.
You didn't have to get that for me for Christmas. I appreciate it.
I think I get a discount. I don't know.
Taj Gibson curling it out. McAdoo made sure Noah didn't get that ball. Klay Thompson. They will go to the line again. Chicago's going to test you, Jim.
I was blocked out on the play. I had no idea what happened and where. Well, Noah got him with the leg and kind of the hip little bump there. If he had retreated, it was pretty good defense. It would have been a tough shot to complete.
You know, you hear the phrase when they evaluate players, they talk about their motor. Joakim Noah, Taj Gibson, you're talking high motor players.
They're in overdrive all the time, especially when the ball goes off the glass.
Klay Thompson splitting a pair. Warriors 10 of 16 from the line. Back to the 2-point advantage. 14 lead changes, 13 ties in the game, and we're not even into the fourth quarter. The shot clock at 3. They didn't want him to turn and fire. Noah, there is the offensive rebound.
Well, Ezeli had to go and help on a little switch play, and that left Noah to fight it out with McAdoo.
Noah traveled. McAdoo's giving him some good minutes right now. Rebound, defense, made the free throws. We saw how gassed Draymond was as he sat on the bench.
He's got to do the dirty work. So after Noah gets the rebound, goes inside, forced a turnover. Good defense, stayed with him.
Steph Curry. Four-point advantage. Warriors' largest lead in the whole game is 6. Chicago went 2 for 1. To end the second.
Iguodala fronting on Gibson. Nice job.
Shot clock at 5. E'Twaun Moore had nowhere to go. Don't lead McDermott. His 3 rimming out. And Iguodala with the box out. About a second and a half. Game and shot clock difference. Warriors want to play for 1 and try to bleed it out. Steph wheeling, banking, rimming it out. 3 seconds to work with. Gibson trying to play beat the clock, and that was wide left. 12 minutes to keep the streak alive, to maintain a perfect season, and send the Bulls away in defeat. Our Toyota game summary in a hotly contested game. 25 straight regular season home wins. Last team to beat them, these very same Chicago Bulls. Heading into the fourth with the Warriors up 4. Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Rouse Gold on Wood A. And Luke Walton trying to buy time for Draymond Green and Steph Curry. Barbosa and Livingston check in with James Michael McAdoo, Iguodala, and Festus Ezeli. Warriors are holding Chicago to 40% shooting, but the Bulls have 13 more shot attempts because of rebounding and because of Warrior turnovers. And there's another turnover.
That's hurt them tonight.
Kirk Heinrich, E'Twaun Moore, Doug McDermott, Taj Gibson, and Joakim Noah for Chicago.
The Bulls also made 3 threes in the third quarter as that shot was partially blocked. Warriors only made 1.
Ezeli blocking a jump shot there. Very important that these reserves maintain or add to the lead. McAdoo.
Oh, I like that. He rose up and he focused right on that rim and straight shot to the back. Confident.
Out of bounds. How about McAdoo staying ready, Jim? Didn't play last night.
Right.
He's got made the free throws, made the basket there, working on the glass. Ezeli moved his feet nicely. Shot clock at 4. E'Twaun Moore rattling that home. E'Twaun Moore with 9 off the bench.
You don't know much about him. Not one of the players you really know and familiar with, but he doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Speaking of not making mistakes, Andre Iguodala, 5 of 6. He's got a dozen. This equals the Warriors' largest lead, and the Bulls turn it over.
Let's see if the Warriors' will can take over here. Give Curry, Thompson a rest.
Luke Walton is coaching the score here. He's looking at the margin of advantage and buying time. He knows his guys are dog tired. They stayed up 6 the next 3 minutes. He probably wouldn't sub anyone in. Iguodala missing a fresh 24, courtesy of Ezeli's 8th rebound.
He's been tremendous.
Taj Gibson, good defense. Mirotić, they tried to flail into one. Jason Phillips, great no call. E'Twaun Moore missing. Iguodala with a rebound. Andre, the maestro, setting everybody up. Barbosa 3, and it's an air ball.
Leandro just having a difficulty finding the net tonight.
1 of 6. Missed the last couple games of that virus. Didn't play last night.
He's been relegated to outside shooting.
Heinrich setting it up, and that was a smart thing to do. Make Gibson earn it rather than dunk it down. Festus second foul. You think of a reserve big, I'll take Taj Gibson all day.
Oh, yeah.
He knows who he is. He plays super hard, lives on the offensive glass, played in a lot of playoff games, and drops in the free throw. The Holiday Hoops offer gives you 3 bundles of great games, courtesy of Jamba Juice. The Cavs on Christmas Day, or the Clippers and OKC, several other marquee games at 888-GSW-HOOP. You think those Clipper games are interesting or worth watching? LeBron on Christmas?
They keep your attention.
Gibson 1 out of 2. Livingston said go away. Let's see if I can draw the double there. Barbosa with a quickness sent away by Gibson. Heinrich an open 3. Big play. Blocked the layup on one end, hit the triple on the other, but it's a 2-point game. Where does the scoring come from with this unit right now? Livingston, the elbow post, but it knocked away. Gibson with another steal. Taj Gibson's been in the middle of everything. Oh, Mirotic. And that time, Festus with a lot of control.
Yeah, you better let that one go. It was so deep. But he got what he wanted to accomplish, got him in the air.
3 free throws coming. The Bulls reserves getting Chicago right back in it with Mirotic and Heinrich. Our AT&T U-verse Rewind, one of the really nice road wins a year ago, December 6th, Warriors winning in Chicago. Tom Thibodeau said, we're going to dare Draymond Green to shoot the ball. Well, he made 7 threes, ended up with a career high, and was the reason that the Warriors were in command that night.
Tough to win in Chicago. The Warriors have seen that proven through the years. He had a tremendous game. That started his three-point shooting barrage.
That's when he started to become a splash cousin.
Yes.
With the 7 threes.
Made 3 last night, I think, all in the third quarter.
Well, Draymond had hovered around 33%. This year, 44%. He has really improved from beyond the arc.
Well, that's a real boost because that's one of the reasons this team has stayed undefeated. 44% for Green, 46 for Iguodala from three-point range. Added benefits.
So impressed with Mirotic basketball IQ. He saw Festus coming at him. He assessed that immediately. Didn't even bother taking the shot. The pump fake let him land on him. 3 free throws. Smaller man might have been able to stop or fly by. Mirotic knew the center is selling out. And lured him into that foul.
I'm impressed with Mirotic at 24 years of age. That European experience has paid dividends for him.
Makes all 3 free throws. He's got 18, 10, and 5.
He plays like he's been around the league for 10 years.
He does. Harrison is fouled.
And he usually fades away. But with a smaller man, Heinrich, he said, I'm going to stay right with him, trying to draw a foul.
This is a really big call, Jim, because without Aaron Brooks and Derrick Rose, Heinrich has 4 fouls, and there's 8:05 left in the game. And so they don't have point guards. Harrison Barnes ends a 7-0 Bulls run and ties things again at 82.
And they say Aaron Brooks may be out for a little while.
A hamstring. So Harrison Barnes, talk about improvement. Harrison from the foul line is at 88% on the year.
Let's see what they can do defensively. They can shoot jump shots and block off the boards.
Mirotic, you saw Livingston. He did not leave his feet. Down to 3. Taj Gibson. As Healy had pinned him under the backboard, and then he came out and made it. Warriors run it right back, and Draymond to the line. That Taj Gibson shot was something else.
Well, when you're not a great outside shooter, you develop other alternatives. And he's comfortable under the basket. This will be very difficult for a lot of people, but for him, he does that a lot, makes it look easy.
Draymond rimming in the free throw. Luke Walton also trying to buy as much time possible for Steph Curry. All that energy he exerted in the 40-point outing last night. Draymond hitting them both.
Well, they're trading defense here for offense, taking out McDermott and bringing in Snell.
Long way to go in this one. 18 lead changes, 16 ties. Livingston knocking it away. still Chicago ball. You know, in this Chicago 4-game winning streak and also 8-3 to begin the season, now they have a nice win against Oklahoma City. They've already beaten Cleveland, and they've knocked off some of the real elite teams in the league. Shot clock at 4. Butler's been the bailout. Clay staying with them. Driving, flipping. And Draymond with a rebound. Barnes to the bucket. Taj Gibson changed that shot. And taking it out of bounds, we've got a jump ball. And Festus. You noticed, Jim, I asked you who was lively.
Yep.
The big man has had the extra jump tonight.
Very alert. Improving his hands as well. All right, Warriors should get this tip.
Where's he want to tap it?
Well, let's see how they all settle down. It's got to go between Draymond and Livingston. But they didn't line up quickly enough to get too close together. They like a little space there, a couple more feet. Let's see if they can engineer it.
Yeah, Snell's aware of it. And
Draymond's trying to move Mirotić out, yes.
You don't want to tap it so far backwards that Mirotić could get a running start either.
The way Snell's leaning, he might just go to Clay.
And Snell tried to sneak in. Draymond was ready. And then the quick hands denied Klay Thompson. Chicago's got some defenders. Mirotić is offline. Warriors are holding the Bulls to 40% shooting.
Still, it's a one-point game.
Livingston mid-range. 3 for 3 for Livingston.
He makes more shots off the front of the rim that curl in than anyone in this league.
Curry's at the scorer's table. Steph exhorting the crowd standing in front of us. Heinrich flipping it up and out and drawing the foul. Kind of an interesting moment there. Steph leading the cheers almost like, Oracle, we need you tonight. Out of any night, we're going to need you now for the final 6-16. Kirk Heinrich has always reminded me of a pint-sized Jerry Sloan. And there's Steph Curry. Exhorting the 142nd straight sellout crowd. Making both free throws in a one-point game. And Curry re-enters with half the fourth quarter left.
Snell on Thompson. Jimmy Butler on the switch on Curry.
Draymond trying to take Heinrich to task. The lob perfectly thrown.
They're developing chemistry. That was almost, they could do it blindfolded. He knew he was going to be there.
Heinrich for 3. What a night for Kirk Heinrich. 17 on 6 of 11 shooting. 3 of 4 from distance. Curry high, arcing 3. The long rebound, loose on the deck. Clay's got it. Curry 3, good!
Great hustle and pace for a big 3.
Klay Thompson got the possession. Curry hits the triple and the lead at 3. 3-point lead with 5:25 left. The Lexus pursuit of perfection. The Warriors trying to become part of history to begin an NBA season. Can they make it to 14? And then head to Denver with a date with history on Sunday. Klay Thompson, Jim, what a scramble play.
And he immediately looked for his teammate, his Splash brother, who knew he was going to be there.
5+ minutes of crunch time. Butler inside. Tip no. That's basket interference. Ball was in the cylinder when Gasol touched it.
Butler, strong move to the hoop here. That ball was still on the rim. Would have missed anyway, and the Warriors had the rebound. Let's see if they can get a score here.
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, Ezeli with Draymond. Trapped in the corner. Draymond drawing attention, knocked away. Shot clock at 5. At 3, Klay, deep 3 is an air ball. So Chicago, active hands. 15 Warrior turnovers, Bulls only 9. Steph in transition, 3. Trying to track down his own miss. Curry to the rim. And Butler out of the fray.
Everyone in the arena counted that as a 2. Somehow, he missed a little money.
Stays as a 3-point game. Butler blocked by Klay Thompson.
Snell's not the great shooter.
These rebound battles. Draymond snatched it away. Draymond wheeling through traffic, and he'll draw a foul. The level of competitiveness from both these squads.
Yeah, this atmosphere is amazing for 14 games into the season. Neither team over the limit.
As the champion, you get everyone's best shot. When you're undefeated, everyone knows it. And when you're the league's leading scorer, you're a marked man.
Thompson, Curry off the ball.
Draymond the feeder. And Steph inside again.
Oh, I love those plays. You get hung up on worrying about someone on the block, and then Curry just goes underneath. What awareness from Draymond Green.
The lethal small lineup that closed it out last night. Draymond's got to deal with Gasol. That's your center matchup. Shot clock at 5. Butler's missed 5 straight shots. Make it 6. Gasol, though. New 24. Iguodala saw it, knocked it away. 5-point lead in the ball. Curry. And the throwaway stems the momentum.
No need to be in a hurry there. You're in control. Plenty of time on the shot clock.
Now, Fred Hoiberg tried to get Taj Gibson in the game. When the Warriors go small, he's trying to put size in there to hurt them on offensive rebounds. We already saw Gasol get 1. Last night, the Clippers went small. The Warriors ran him out of the gym the last 5 minutes.
Well, the Warriors don't mind playing small with bigger opponents.
Butler.
He knew he wasn't going to miss that.
And missed 6 in a row, makes it a 3-point game. Jimmy Butler with 25 to lead all scorers. Stephen Andre. Gasol. Giving Iguodala some space. Now he'll shoot the 3. Chicago comes up with a stop. Butler's got Curry. Now they want Gasol on Klay. They identify the switch. Pau Gasol. They cycle it to Snell. Shot clock at 3. Mirotic. Harrison didn't foul him. And good defense all the way around. 2-minute ball game. That ball kicked. Stoppage comes at a good time. 2:02 left. 3-point lead in the ball. Trying to remain unbeaten. Well, the Rams' shot of the game, as so often happens, it's good Warrior defense, rip it away, and then throw the perfect lob to Iguodala. with the Ram steal and shot of the game. How about that?
One of the best moments of the game for Stephen.
You notice
he had a little energy then.
You notice the fatigue right away.
Oh, without question.
Chicago has been relentless, and this has tested the Warriors' will. And you think of the 3 previous wins. Brooklyn, it was overtime. Toronto, it was the final minute. The Clippers, it was coming from 23 down.
Yep.
And now trying to hold off a hard-charging Chicago team that's won 4 in a row. All 3 of the wins prior to the night took everything the Warriors had.
And the way they had to play last night after getting down by 23, as you see in the second quarter, almost like playing 2 games.
And everybody has been challenging the champs. They're getting the A game from every opponent. And so far, they've been perfect.
You can see the little fatigue in Steph Curry when he couldn't get around Mirotic, a bigger man, out at the top.
2 minutes remaining.
And he's got a tough defender in Jimmy Butler on him now.
Draymond on Heinrich. And Draymond stayed with it to tip it in.
Okay, you can see he wasn't even concerned. If he missed the shot, he knew he was going to follow it up. That was just like on the playground.
Again, out of bounds, and out of timeouts, the Warriors execute. Butler inside. Draymond snuffed him. There's a foul, but who's it on? It'll be on Steph Curry. Draymond had the ball cleanly. Steph foul on the reach. So Jimmy Butler to the line. Bulls have been 16 of 21 for the game. And Butler make it 3 of 6. It's a 79% free thrower. Having a rough night.
Flirting with a triple-double.
4 of 7 free throwing.
At least it's still a 2-possession game.
Plenty of timeouts remaining. Bulls still have that foul to give. They can be aggressive defensively. Using Steph off the ball. Heinrich's right with him. Draymond post up again.
Snell's a good defender.
Shot clock at 5. Harrison wide open 3. Got it!
He came through last night in the 4th. And that's right now the biggest shot of the game. That's the biggest lead of the night for the Warriors.
Gasol could not get out to him. The small lineup has shooters everywhere.
Give him help. Double, and they did.
Shot clock at 5. Butler's terminated the dribble. Mirotic, that's just a flail. It's not soccer. The acting didn't work.
They're going to win their 14th to start the season.
Harrison 3. Yes, sir!
They've done it again.
Back-to-back Barnes triples. The Warriors in pursuit of perfection. That small lineup is like the basketball version of Mariano Rivera. They got closers everywhere. The bigs can't get out to the three-point shooters. And how about Harrison Barnes the last 2 nights? 4th quarter against the Clippers and the 2 biggest shots of the game.
Well, Draymond Green takes the ball. He challenges the defense. He brought Mirotic in, kicked it right back out. And how about the ice-cold veins of Harrison Barnes? 2 threes in a row. This game was in jeopardy. 30 seconds ago, you really did not know what was going to transpire. But once again, they make the plays coming down the stretch.
The small lineup has 5 3-point shooters. And Draymond Green, there's nothing small about him defensively. And you called the double team right away on Butler.
Yeah.
They work so well together in tandem, all 5, and then they all get on the glass.
They get it down there. It gets a little congested. You double team, makes it tough. They got to throw it out to the perimeter. They can't throw it inside. They use his time. And the Warriors have a 10-point lead.
First double-digit lead of the night. Harrison Barnes with 20. Steph with 23. And Chicago has a big problem. attention air ball. And now you're playing the clock as well as the Bulls. As they foul here, I'm going to put something in perspective. It's not only 26 wins in a row. It's not only 18 regular season wins in a row. It's 56-4 in their last 60 home games.
Home games, yes.
Regular season playoffs in this year, 56-4. When you come to Oracle,
it puts the fans in a pretty good mood.
And the Warrior chants will send Steph Curry to the foul line. Heinrich.
He knew the number.
He's fouled out. 17 points, 3 of 4 on threes. 3 playoff teams in 4 days with the travel in between. Toronto, Clippers, Chicago. 14 straight wins to start the season. They will try to equal NBA history on Sunday in Denver. Henry Woodford, Kalena Azubuike getting ready for Honda postgame live. The other one that Tim Royer and I are having fun with, Jim, 97-20 for the Warriors.
Yes.
97-20. One of the greatest stretches in NBA history of any team ever. Butler hitting the jumper. They'll keep fouling Steph Curry.
They may get to his average here if they just keep fouling him.
Steph's got 25, but he had to work tonight.
3 of 11 from three-point range.
No practice tomorrow. The only thing the Warriors have to do is get on a plane and go to Denver. And that will
that's tough enough.
They'll play at altitude. They have a one-day trip.
Well, they got home last night at 1:15 in the morning. So you get right back on the plane.
Chicago's going to be heard from. I like this team. When you think of the Eastern Conference, we saw some good things from Toronto. You know about LeBron and the Cavs, but the Bulls are legit.
Well, Cleveland, the best record in the league at 9-3 in the Eastern, best record in the Eastern Conference. Chicago now will move to 8-4.
Bulls will have their 4-game winning streak snapped. Klay Thompson rebounding, no need to shoot. The perfect season lives on. 14-0. And the last team to beat the Warriors on this court doesn't do it another time. 106-94, Harrison Barnes. 2 killer threes. Warriors did it with defense. They held the Bulls under 40% shooting.
I'll tell you what, they earned this victory. Nobody gave them anything.
So the Warriors go to Denver. The perfect season on the line. All the streaks still intact. It takes a lot to beat the world champs. Warrior postgame live starts right now.
Welcome to Warriors Post-Game Live, brought to you by Honda. The Warriors continue to chase history, make it 14-0 now. The Warriors are only 2 wins away from breaking the NBA's record for best start in history. They win tonight 106-94. Let's go down on the floor where Roz Golden-Woode is standing by with one of the star players.
Andre, you assisted one of those threes from Harrison Barnes. How big of a jump do you feel that Harrison has made this year so far?
Well, he's always been a focused player. And, you know, coming from where he's come from, it's a difficult adjustment, you know, being the man, then kind of taking a step back, then they want you to take a step forward. So he's handled it like a professional. He's always kept himself ready. Contract year. So, you know, we're going to continue to help him get as much as possible. So he's a hard worker. So it's going to happen for hard workers.
And, you know, a couple of the last games for you guys have been decided in the fourth quarter. Either team could have taken it. What is it about this team's late game execution that you've pulled it away?
Well, we've been in those difficult situations. You know, playing in the finals and winning it has gave us a great confidence booster, but also that experience. Other teams don't have that, and we've seen a lot of things tonight that they were different look at us by going smaller on Draymond to see how we adjust, and that was good for us to see late in the game.
So how do you adjust when a team does small ball to you?
Well, we switched it up, the pick and roll. We kept the big in it, whether it's myself or Harrison, and Harrison and myself can make the plays as well, and you see what happened late in the games, or we go to post to Draymond and split cut. So we got a lot of different options. We have a very high IQ team and workhorse.
How fatigued are you guys right now? Because you didn't have the usual pep to your step tonight.
The schedule is kind of crazy right now, and the next 2 weeks we really got to get some grit. Got to grind on the road. So I think the character we have is going to show the next couple weeks. It should be fun.
And you know, this win streak, it's definitely very exciting, but does it ever wear on you guys a little bit?
I think we're taking it one game at a time, which is smart. We're not looking ahead, but that's what we expected coming into the season. Every team's going to give us their best shot, but in the end, it's going to prepare us come playoff time, so we'll be ready.
All right, thanks, Andre.
Thank you.
Guys?
I tell you, you can listen to Andre Iguodala kind of break it down forever. He's right, 14 games in 25 days. That's a very busy beginning to the season. They are getting every team's best shot, and yet the adjustment with Draymond on the post-ups, it wasn't threes until the Harrison Barnes triples. Right. It was taking Heinrich on the box that paid off.
Well, this was a game where they had to grit it out.
Yeah.
And I mean, this was a full 48-minute game. The Warriors were never given anything. They had to work at every possession defensively, and they had to work at every possession offensively. That's Chicago Bulls basketball. They do not take any second off when they're on the floor.
You know, I think of Rudy Tomjanovich. He said, don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion. It's going to take a lot for a team to have more will, more skill, and have a better night than the Warriors.
They needed the full complement of players tonight, and I have to tell you, Festus Ezeli, in the box score, yeah, he got 9 rebounds, but he did a lot more than that. Defensively, I thought he was terrific, and the entire second unit that came in there, they were so much better than the second unit from the Bulls, and the Warriors starters needed that tonight. They needed a breather from those guys.
Yeah, so it's on to Denver to try to equal NBA history, become the 3rd team ever to go 15-0. And if you're looking ahead, it'd be the Lakers Tuesday night that could be a potential record breaker. So, Henry, Kalena, a lot to talk about. I would say that the Warriors, it was their heart and their will, even more than their execution. The champs wanted to stay undefeated, and the crowd helped them get to the finish line.
Very good points, Fitz and JB. A dogfight on back-to-back nights, and the Warriors took care of business. Now take a look at their start. They're 14-0 this season. 1 win away from tying the best start in NBA history, which was set by the Washington Capitals in the 1948 and 49 season, and then eventually tied by the Houston Rockets in the 1993-94 season. Both of those squads started the season 15-0. The Warriors are definitely a real team to deal with this season.
Every real deal.
Along with Kalena Azubuike and the Authentic Fan Fridays, of course, they are pumped up back here. Let's pick things up in the 4th quarter, because it seemed with under 6 minutes to go, Steph Curry entered the game and everything changed, Azubuike.
Right. Well, there's no surprise that this was going to be a grind-out game. And you see here in the 4th quarter, things really start to come together. Draymond Green to Festus Ezeli, they seem to get one of those a game. And here's Steph Curry missing the shot here, and they stay with it. Klay Thompson with the nice hustle play back to Steph. And he's going to keep shooting it. When you can shoot like that, why would you not keep shooting it? Here's another Steph Curry layup. Like I said, this guy's got killer instinct, man, and he loves to close teams out.
During crunch time, under 2 minutes to go, it's amazing how the team is relying on some of the guys who are not the best player, but definitely huge roles. You got Ezeli, Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green. Barnes' three-point shooting in the last 2 games has been clutch.
It's been huge. I mean, their trust in each other and their confidence in each other is at an all-time high right now. They trust Draymond Green in the post-up situations. They trust him to make decisions. A great pass right there to Harrison Barnes. And what can we say about this guy, Harrison Barnes, man? He is one of the most underrated players in the league, I feel like. Time and time again, this guy delivers in the 4th quarter and hits huge shots for this Warrior team. It's great to see.
What is Harrison Barnes' role on the offense? And do you see it increasing in the future if he continues to play the way he's played in the past 3 to 4 games?
Well, that's the thing. We were talking about this. He's kind of in a tough situation because you got the Splash Brothers. You got Steph and Klay Thompson, and he's just kind of the other guy. So, but he's such a good player, and he's underappreciated. And we see him come up so big in the fourth quarter. Time and time again, he did it in the Clippers game. He's done it all season. He did it last year in the playoffs. He's not averse to hitting big shots, and he's improved his game this summer. This summer, he worked really hard in his game to get a lot better, and he's come this year and played huge. And sometimes but the reason he's sometimes up and down is because he is that other guy. And then Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are going to get most of the shots, which they should. They're an unselfish team, but those two guys are the best shooters. There's no doubt about that. So they're going to get most of the shots, and he's kind of going to be the guy that kind of has to pick his spots, but he does a great job of it, and he's come up big for the Warriors in the fourth quarter time and time again. It's great.
He's a completely different player when he's aggressive, driving to the hoop, and then all of a sudden, I'm not going to drive, I'm going to show off my range. You can just tell he's playing with much more confidence right now.
Yeah, his confidence is so high, and his teammates' confidence in him is getting higher and higher each game, it seems like. You said he goes to the basket. His mid-post game has gotten better. The stroke from the three looks great. He's just hitting on all cylinders right now.
Steph Curry, the star of the team, playing on back-to-back nights. They needed him big time tonight. Wasn't spectacular from three-point range, 3 for 11, but finished with 27 points.
Yeah, he was still effective, and the turnover thing is something he definitely needs to figure out. I think he got another 7-turnover game tonight, 7 turnovers last night, I think it was. But this guy finds a way to close you out, no matter what kind of game he's having. It doesn't matter if he's missed his first 10 shots, he's going to keep shooting. I love that mentality about it. It doesn't matter what kind of game he's having, if he's having a bad shooting night. When you're as good a shooter as Steph Curry, you do not stop shooting. I love that play where he got the three. He missed the three. Klay Thompson got it back, gave it right back to him, and he shot it again with no hesitation, drained it.
It's actually hard to figure out whether he's having a good night or a bad night, because when Steph Curry's out there, the demeanor remains the same. He's a guy who's having fun, he gets others involved, and when it's clutch time, he will take the shot.
Right. I mean, he's going to take over. Like I said, it's a grind-out game, the whole game, back and forth. Both teams are throwing punches. The Bulls played really well. But in the fourth quarter, you know Steph's going to come out big. He's going to come up big, and he never disappoints because he's going to keep shooting. And he's such a good shooter. 2 or 3 of them are bound to fall at those critical moments in the game.
Well, speaking of critical moments, the Warriors are blessed to have an interim head coach who feels extremely comfortable with this system. Luke Walton, he is now 14-0 as the interim head coach. We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we'll hear from the Warriors interim head coach, and then much more from the players. It is Authentic Fan Friday at Oracle Arena. We'll be right back. Brody and Ahmed definitely looking forward to Sportsnet Central coming up at 10:30. Here is your final. Warriors 106, Chicago Bulls 94. And yes, the Golden State Warriors are 14-0. One more win, and they will tie the record for best start in NBA history. 2 more wins, and they will break the record. Let's hear from the man who's making it all possible, interim head coach Luke Walton.
You guys are getting pretty good at this closeout thing now here.
Our guys know how to win, and it's pretty impressive. That was a good basketball game out there tonight. Chicago's a good team. Their coach has got them running a lot of good sets, and that was tough on the back end of a back-to-back like that, coming off an emotional high. Our guys showed why we're a championship team tonight. And you know, on a side note, guys, I mean, guys like McAdoo who haven't been playing at all come in and play big 6 minutes to get people a rest. They try to hack-a-shack him, and he knocks down both free throws. It just, when you're winning, it's important to get little, you know, guys to step in and help just randomly like that. He was great for us tonight. Ian did it for us with the Clipper game the other night, so that was nice to see.
Are you, do you get to fight the temptation to go small more often?
No, we have faith in all our guys and our lineups. And you know, we know that going small for too long doesn't work, because it takes so much energy to guard bigger players. So Harrison and Draymond would get tired, and eventually it would catch up with us. So we're fine. We we are going on runs with different lineups out there as well. We just, if we have a chance to try to throw a knockout punch, that's going to be the lineup we try to do it with.
Luke, is Andre Iguodala playing as well as he has? I mean, just doing everything in the last couple of this year and last year?
Yeah, Andre's the best. He does so much for our team. He's having another coach on the floor. He play makes. He scores when we need him to. He comes up with huge steals when we need him to. He's obviously shooting the ball very well right now. But even when he's not shooting the ball well, he's still a huge advantage for us. So it's great seeing him play like this.
How big was it to have Sean and LB back tonight?
It was good. It was Sean. We had him. The way Sean was playing, I would have loved to leave him out there longer, but we had to. He gave us big minutes when I think we gave him pretty much like 2 6-minute stretches, one in each half, and he played great both times. But being careful, we got him out of there. And LB, obviously coming off the stomach virus or flu, whatever he had, gave us everything he had. He looked a little fatigued, but he competed on defense, and they got a lot of good guard play over there, and he was. It was nice to be able to have him and buy some minutes with him too.
Luke, what can you say to a team when you're 14-0 and just haven't lost? And what as a coaching staff, how do you address them after a game like this or any other game?
We just tell them what's coming. Tomorrow we got no practice. We told them they played good enough, so we give them tomorrow off. But they were having that off no matter what. So we got a 1 o'clock flight tomorrow. This is a team full of professionals, and they know what they know what it takes. They'll be in getting treatment in the morning. We don't have to yell at anyone to do the right thing in that locker room. We treat them like adults, and they behave like adults. So it's great win, great work, and off to the next one.
Even in just disregarding the record, how impressed are you with just these last three games in 4 nights against 3 winning teams, and you had to gut them out, all 3 of them?
Yeah, it's very impressive. I mean, I don't know what to say other than it's every single night when it comes down and it's a close game and it's time to win. No matter how we've played, our guys step up. And they love the moment. They play harder. They make that extra pass. They make that extra rotation. Draymond had a huge defensive rotation today, where they slipped a 1-2 pick and roll, and our defense was out of whack. And he read it. It wasn't his rotation. He comes over late and does the verticality on Jimmy Butler, and they don't score. We get out and run. Just little things like that. When it's winning time, our guys. It's incredible how good they've gotten at locking in and getting the job done.
How many times did you remind them that Chicago was the last team to beat them here? Did you have to pull that
Just
card
before
out?
the game. Just before the game. And, we talked about it. We said, this we haven't brought it up at all yet, but we're close enough now. Let's try to go get that best start ever. And tonight's going to be a tough game. And let's also not forget that they came into Oracle last year and beat us. They didn't need to be reminded again. It was a good game out there with 2 really good teams, and we were fighting and they were fighting. So.
Does Nick U'Ren try to get even more credit now that this finals lineup just keeps killing?
Nick U'Ren does. That's all he does is try to get credit. He positions himself behind the bench of where the TV cameras are going to be. No, Nick's been great. Nick deserves a lot more credit than he gets. He especially since Steve's gone out, he's helped me so much with just everything from organizing and to staying on top of different things. And he's a great employee and deserves credit.
You've gotten experience coaching overtime and close games. What have you learned about yourself as a coach thus far?
I learned you gotta, I've learned a lot of things, to be honest, but you trust your gut. Every couple times early on, I went away from it and I kind of regretted it. And it's like any job, you don't want to have regret when you leave the office. So that's one thing I've also learned: try not to draw up after timeout plays that you haven't practiced, because they normally don't. Like, you see the way it's going to work in your head and you draw it up, and if you haven't practiced it, it normally doesn't work out very well. But there's a bunch of stuff I've learned, but mostly have a lot of faith in the guys we have on the team, because they'll take you a long way.
Triple C, cool, calm, and collected Luke Walton. He is 14-0 as the interim head coach. When we come back, we'll take you inside the locker room and give you the highlight zone. Welcome back to Warriors Post-Game Live. They've won 14 in a row. Here's the highlight zone. A couple of nice alley-oops first off, Kalina.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these are plays that get you excited as a team. They get the fans involved, the momentum going your direction. And then Steph Curry gets a turnover here and then doesn't give up on the play. And then his teammates stay with him. And Andre Iguodala's on the other side. It's just an exciting play. The whole arena gets into it. It's loud. And they're off to the races. It's a beautiful pass from Steph.
Also, Harrison Barnes was huge in the fourth quarter of this game.
Right.
He was huge last night against the Clippers, and once again, he showed off his shooting range.
And look how it came off the beautiful ball movement. Like I said, in the fourth quarter, the ball starts snapping around. Things seem to come together for this team, and they really know how to close teams out. And Harrison Barnes just happened to be the guy that was the beneficiary tonight of that.
Is it important for them to win games when their superstar doesn't put up superstar numbers?
Definitely. That's one of the things I love about this game, is that Steph Curry didn't have to have a spectacular game for them to beat a really good team. The Bulls were really good tonight. Nikola Mirotic was playing well. Jimmy Butler's a monster. So for them to get this win, a quality win, with their main guy not having a spectacular game and Draymond Green not having his best game either, but guys making key plays down the stretch and them trusting each other, their playmaking abilities, it's a beautiful thing to see.
Next up for the undefeated champs, the Denver Nuggets. That game will go down in Colorado on Sunday. Authentic Fan Friday night, and they are waiting for more victories from the champs. We are back with the Western Conference standings. It's pretty simple. The Warriors at the top and everyone trying to catch them. Golden State 14-0. The closest team within reach, the San Antonio Spurs. They're 9-3 this season and 4 games out of first place. Let's go inside the locker room and hear from Festus Ezeli, who finished with 7 points, 9 rebounds in 23 minutes.
Chicago Bulls are a tough team. That was a very hard-fought battle today, and we're lucky that we were able to get the win. We had a lot of contributions from everybody. That was the good part about today, is everybody that got on the court contributed for the team win. And thinking about McAdoo, James Michael came in the court and had a big bucket and 2 huge free throws for us. Sean Livingston, after being off for a couple of games, came in and was huge for us as well. So, it was a total team effort tonight. That team is no joke, though. They gave us a run for our money tonight.
How tough was it after yesterday's gut-wrenching win, to get back up for the day?
Well, yeah, no, that was a big question today, is if we're going to have the energy, if we have to, we had to dig deep, and we came out and we left it all on the floor today.
You pretty much asked the same question. After 3 really tough games this week, 3 and 4 nights, how excited are you guys about the possibility of tying that record for the best start ever?
Well, it's amazing. That's history right there, and I think that's it's a huge accomplishment, for us, and it's a great start to the season. But honestly, in the grand scheme of things, our big ultimate goal is to win a championship. I think that's what we're chasing right now. We have to continue to get better and continue to improve every game, but that right there is a huge accomplishment. You know, it's something that, you know, to have your name in the history books of the NBA, that's big. It's big, and that's bigger than any of us in here. But like I said, our big goal is the championship.
Is that something that you had thought about at all at some point, or is it more
What's that?
tonight, the record itself? Had you thought about it in the last week at all, or anything like that?
I've heard of it. I've heard people talking about it, but it means a lot just because it's something that, you know, it's something that's in the record books. But for me personally, I don't really think about it now.
All right, go ahead and buckle up because it's time for our Honda Drive Ahead. Next up for the Warriors, a Sunday matchup against the Denver Nuggets. The last time these teams faced off was November 6th of this season. Warriors won 119-104. It was the 6th game of the year. Steph Curry had 34 points. What
Right.
should they look forward to this time around?
Well, the Nuggets are going to come in wanting to get revenge. It's at their place this time. And this team has kind of been up and down. It's kind of an unpredictable team. Danilo Gallinari's been playing well. The last 2 games, he struggled a little bit, but he's leading the team in scoring. He's got Kenneth Faried, Emmanuel Mudiay, kind of the nucleus of their team. They got some good players, but they've been up and down and unpredictable. They're going to want to come out and get a quality win against the best team in the league right now.
They are downplaying the importance of getting to 16-0, but deep down inside, you know they want it. Luke Walton said, look, they want it more than the coaching staff. The coaching staff wants to see their players get the victory. Kalina Azubuike doing a wonderful job as always. We'll talk to you on Sunday when the Warriors take on the Nuggets. Once again, that pregame begins at 4 o'clock. The game tips off at 5 o'clock. Here are 2 other ballers who's ready to take over Sportsnet Central. Brody Brazil and Ahmed Fareed. The beard look. I'm fearing the beard. Take it over, guys.